So welcome to the 10th week. Ooh, scary. Scary at 10th week. Okay, this is the 10th week of the second level. So you've had 20 weeks of instruction if you've gone through the entire red book. And those of you that are in class, this is the 10th week. Most of you will have, this is called Dead Week. So you can take your test next week, which would be the 11th week for most of the college kids. Again, for the grade school and junior high guys and high school guys and gals, you're probably more on a self-determined week to week basis. So when you get to the end of each of these sections, each of these levels, get in touch with us, take your eval so you see where you're at, see if you made your milestones. And of course, you can do an eval anytime you want. Just, get online, get on online and make an appointment with us and get on the ORTPort. We'll be live with you. We can look at your progress of how your hands are working. We can let you know what we think of your level. We can test you with our online metronome, make sure we're both playing together and it sounds right. And we can help you make corrections and we can answer all your questions right there. And that in itself is worth its weight in gold. So do that if you're on self-study. If you're on the regular school study, try to stay within the parameters of when you're supposed to take your midterms and your finals, because those are just really check-in points for everybody. So here's what we're going to do in week 10. We're going to check your scales at 140 beats a minute, eighth notes and quarter notes. Of course, we've been kind of doing that. We're going to do the 5 chord forms at 140 beats a minute, which is just a strumming exercise. All 5 variations. Spelling bee, same speed, 140 beats a minute. All 5 variations. Travis picking will be 100 beats a minute. And when you're testing, we'll let you decide what speed you want to, or which, let me do that again. Your Travis picking will be 100 beats a minute. And we'll want you to show us the folk picking and the Travis picking over the Chose primer. You can pick one of the 3 primers or just the exercise that's written for the Travis picking exercise. It's the page right after the right-hand tablature stuff. So check that out. We want you to also strum your primers and your blueses. So the strumming of the blueses will be 110 beats a minute. That'll be the minimum for those. Strumming will be, for your primers, will be 110 to 120 beats a minute. We give you a little leeway there so you can, it gives you something to work at, something to improve. So those will be what you do for the 10th week. I will demonstrate once again what 140 beats a minute at eighth notes sounds like. For your scales, I'll show you 140 beats a minute for your 5 chord forms, your spelling bee, and then we'll go to 110 and 100, 110, and 120 for your Travis picking, your blues, and your primer strumming. So we'll start with the 140 beats a minute scale. So that's going to start any moment. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. We'll stop right there. Okay. Now we're going to take the 5 chord forms. That's going to be, I'm just going to show you one permutation. So you got, if you can keep up with this and you can do it with all your different shapes, then you're in the right ballpark for an A, or you're ready for the next level. Okay, so here's your 5 chord forms at 140 beats a minute. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, play with me. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. We'll do it twice. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Here you go, right back. Okay, now that's your 5 chord forms. We're going to stay with that same beats per minute. We're going to add the spelling bee to it. So here we go. 2, 2, 3, 4. Chord scale chord. Okay, you need to do all 5 variations of both the 5 chord form strum and the 5 chord form spelling bee exercise. All right, your Travis picking over, we're going to pick the, we're going to do your Travis picking to 100 beats a minute. Again, we'll show you what that sounds like, and I'm going to Travis pick. I'm not going to folk pick. I'm going to Travis pick, show you what your goal is here. And we're going to use blues number 1 for this. So this will be a combination of things. 2, 3, here we go. So now you get an idea what you're supposed to do with the Travis pick. I use the blues as another set of exercises to practice my stride playing. So again, I want you to experiment with that a little bit. You'll be tested on, you can choose which blues or which primer to use to do your Travis picking with. Strumming's kind of the same thing. We're going to let the student decide what they're tested on. You get a little bit of leeway here. We figure if you can get 1 or 2 of these together, you can probably get the rest of them together. The point is to be solid with your time, solid with the metronome, solid with your teacher when you're evaluated. So we'll try your we'll go to 120 beats a minute, and we're going to go to the strumming for the chord primers. I'm going to take again the first chord primer, and we're going to strum that at 120 beats a minute. First chord primer. Oops. First chord primer. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4. So that's your first chord primer. That's the first exercise there. You want them all to sound nice and smooth. Take all 3 pages. They got to be memorized as far as what the chords are, but you can read them during the evaluation. If you want to just read them off the page, that's fine. The actual exercise doesn't have to be memorized itself. But, you know, oddly enough, you'll find that most of you, if you're practicing very much at all, you'll get to where I'm not reading these. I've memorized them myself. Of course, I wrote them. First time I played them, I didn't remember them, so I had to read them. But after I read them a few times, it's pretty easy to kind of get a melody going in your head. You kind of don't forget them that way. So hopefully you'll start locking in with your sonic memory, and the exercises will become real simple after a while and much easier to play. Again, we're going to go 120 beats a minute with the blues, and I'm going to play that as a lilted style blues, as a shuffle, kind of like what the Chicago shuffle would be. And I chose to do it 120 rather than 110 for my evaluation. So I'm going to play blues number 1, 2, and 3, and Parker changes that way. So here we go at 120. 1, 2, here we go. Blues number 2. Number 3. Parker changes. So that's the end of that. Little embellishment there for everybody that might be taking an evaluation. If you got something you can play for one of the teachers, or if you're studying directly with me, I'd love to see some of the new stuff you're doing and some of the ideas you've come up with. Because after 20 weeks of study, you'll probably have some things you'll want to show me. So again, feel free to get on board with us at Guitar Mechanics and study and keep moving forward. And thanks to all of our college and junior high school people, even some of our grade school people that are studying the beginning level. I know that you're going to get there. Just keep practicing. Don't be too frustrated. Make your milestones, make your evaluations, keep everything in a reasonable amount of time, and you will really become a musician one of these days very soon. So thanks, and we'll see you at the next level. Once again, I'm the Crazy Professor. Stay true to your school, and don't stop practicing. It's really good for you. Share the feeling of being live with everybody.